So it seems things are heating up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos for a possible trade looming for wide receiver, former first round pick Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is a 6'1" receiver. He's very shifty. 3 years in the league. This is his 4th year. He will be on of his 5th year next year. The 5th year option was picked up for the Broncos. It'll just carry over to us if we trade for him. How much would it take to take him away from the Broncos? What kind of an impact would it leave on this team? The receiving core is not looking horrible right now. It still feels like we have quite the hole other than Michael Pittman, Isaiah McKenzie, and Josh Downs. I don't see Alec Pierce being the guy. He has struggled to take that next step this year. I've been very disappointed by him. He's not getting open. He's not catching the ball well. He's dropping a lot of passes. They had a few nice catches last game, but those games are very far in between in whether or not he's making big plays. He's catching the football consistently. We don't see it often from him. That's kind of an issue with Jerry Jeudy as well. But Jerry Jeudy is a much better playmaker. He's very, very athletic. He's fast. One of the most shifty route runners that you'd see. He's a very good route runner. He is 6'1", so he's not that short either. He's got decent size to him. He's got good speed. In his rookie year, he had 110 targets, 52 receptions, and 12 drops. He had 856 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. So if you really look throughout his career, it has been plagued with drops as well. The drops don't look good. They have not been good. But especially, year one, you're dropping 6. The next year, you did get hurt. You didn't play the entire year. I think he missed more than half the season. So we had like 2 drops. And then the third year when he had his best year yet, he had like 900 some receiving yards. He was coming pretty close to 1,000. Had quite a few receptions. Had a really good year. And he had like 6 drops. So the drops are there. He does drop the ball quite often. But maybe that's something he can clean up. That's something you don't normally see players improve at or, completely get rid of that issue. Usually it sticks with them. But nonetheless, Jerry Jeudy would provide a phenomenal presence to the outside, to the inside, the slot or the boundary. He would provide an awesome presence and a great playmaking weapon for whether it's Anthony Richardson or Gardner Minshew. I'm expecting it to be Gardner Minshew for the rest of the year. To be quite honest with you, I don't think AR is going to play again this year. So it is expected that he did suffer a grade 3, level 3 AC joint sprain. And if that's the case, he is probably going to need surgery. If he doesn't, that would be the best case scenario. He could be back 6-8 weeks, something around there. 4 to 8, but I would expect 6 to 8, especially since it's on his throwing shoulder. He's a quarterback. I'd expect it to be a little longer than that. But throughout his career, he has 293 targets, 174 receptions, 2,503 receiving yards, and 9 receiving touchdowns. And I'd say, very dynamic receiver, especially for like what he's dealing with. Drew Lock wasn't great. I don't remember who else they had, but then they had Russ, and he had a pretty good third year with Russ. There's some really great things to his game, and he would bring a phenomenal little wrinkle into this offense with Michael Pittman Jr., with Isaiah McKenzie, Josh Downs. It's a really great compliment to the other receivers that we have in the room. Very shifty, great runner. He's got a little bit of size to him. He's got a bit of speed to him. He can get open. So he would provide a really nice weapon to Minshew and Anthony Richardson. Issue is, I don't think Anthony Richardson's going to play this season again. If he gets surgery, he won't. If he doesn't get surgery, there's a chance he plays again this season. But throughout those couple of years, 3 years, this is his 4th, he has 21 drops so far. That's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. But, some players, you're just going to have that issue. Some players are going to run great routes and get themselves open and be very good playmakers and then just drop the ball. They're going to have those issues. And, typically that issue is never fully resolved with the player, but I have absolutely seen him drop quite a few passes. And it's a little worrisome. That reliability in terms of hands is not there, but he catches the ball okay. When he's not having one of those bad games where he's dropping a ton of passes, he's having himself a pretty good. He catches pretty well, not consistently, but he came back very strong in his third year. First year had a good year, 856 receiving yards over 110 targets, 52 receptions. They had 12 drops that year, 3 touchdowns. And then the next year he got hurt. He played a couple of games, was out quite a few. And then his third year now with Russ, well, his third year was last year. He had a pretty good year. He came close to 1,000 receiving yards, really good PFF grades, really good, just really nice season. 6 drops, which is better than 12. In the last season, he played basically in full almost. So it would provide an awesome weapon to whoever's playing quarterback. And, with Minshew's experience, Jerry Jeudy's route running, and, how smart he is, that can be a great duo. Anthony Richardson, he's still got a long way to go, but, throwing to an open receiver, throwing to a receiver that can get open consistently makes a huge difference. And, it just would be a really nice weapon. And I don't know if I said it, but we would have him this year and we would have him next year, because the Broncos picked up his 5th year. That 5th year would just come over to us when he comes to the Colts. So we'd have him the rest of this year and next year. So for this year, he's over 200 receiving yards. He has I don't remember. I think he has a touchdown or 2. So it would not be a bad idea to trade for him. It would not be, he wouldn't be a bad addition at all. He'd be a pretty fun addition to this Colts team. But like I was saying, he does have some drop issues, so that's something to keep an eye out if the Colts do trade for him. But Chris Ballard has been interested in trading for him from quite some time. I've seen some reports coming out that he's been interested in trying to trade for him for like a year now, which fine. We'll take it. I mean, the more weapons, the better, right? He's a very good route runner. There's a lot to like about him. There's a lot to like about his game. And, actually, no, he doesn't have any receiving touchdowns this year so far, but he's a dynamic playmaker. Screens. Shane Steichen loves his screens, get open on ins, slants, and really everything. He's a deep threat. He can be a really good weapon for us. So, we'll see. How much are the Broncos going to want for him? I'm not entirely sure. I would think at minimum a 2nd-round pick, a 2nd or 3rd. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really good with calculating value. You have to kind of, give your own opinion on that. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you think the Colts should trade for former Denver Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy? If so, give me your answer, your comments, questions, concerns down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you won't miss any future videos. This is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.